Once upon a time, in an ancient kingdom, there were 7 princes. All of the older brothers were married, but the youngest prince, Alok, was still single. He was a 19-year-old young man with a kind heart and a simple nature. He desired to marry so that he, too, could receive love and care from a wife. Whenever he sat down to eat, he had to eat food prepared by his sisters-in-law, which was sometimes tasty and sometimes not. In his heart, he wished for a wife who would truly care for him. One day, while traveling, he met a pious man, a holy figure. Prince Alok respectfully greeted him and sat down beside him. In their conversation, the prince confided his deep desire: "I wish for a loving, beautiful, and righteous wife."
The holy man smiled gently and said, "If you truly wish, there is one thing you must do: bring me a special coconut, but remember, only one yell." Prince Alok immediately set out to find the coconut tree. He climbed a beautiful tree and knocked down a coconut. But as he bent down to take another one, the first coconut suddenly jumped back up onto the tree. The prince was left amazed. Remembering the holy man's words, he realized he needed only one coconut. So, he went back and brought the coconut, feeling hopeful. The holy man examined the coconut carefully and said, "This is the coconut that will bring you your destined wife." Prince Alok, filled with joy, returned home with the coconut. On his journey, nightfall came, and he decided to rest in a village. There was a humble potter's house where he knocked on the door. He placed the coconut near his pillow and went to sleep. The potter had to leave for a short while, and his wife, who was waiting for him, noticed the prince sleeping. As the night grew deeper, the coconut by the prince's side began to glow. Slowly, it opened in 2 halves, and out of it emerged a beautiful and righteous girl wearing a red sari. Her face shone like the moon. The potter's wife was astounded to see the glowing girl. Envy and greed filled her heart. "If I take her place, perhaps I will live a life of luxury in the palace," she thought. The potter's wife came to the girl and said sweetly, "Sister, you must be tired. Come, wear my clothes and rest." Innocently, the girl agreed, and they swapped clothes. The potter's wife then pushed her into a well, leaving the girl to drown. The potter's wife took her place and went to the prince, pretending to be the beautiful maiden. When the prince awoke the next morning, he saw the same red sari-wearing girl standing before him. Since he had never seen the true girl before, he believed the potter's wife to be his destined bride and took her to the palace. However, over the next few days, the prince noticed something was off about his new bride. Her eyes lacked warmth, and her words didn't seem loving. The prince's heart grew uneasy. Meanwhile, the girl who had been pushed into the well was transformed by divine will into a beautiful flower that blossomed on the edge of the well. The prince, upon seeing the flower, was moved by its beauty and brought it back to the palace. But when the false bride saw the flower, she grew fearful and quickly plucked all its petals, throwing them out the window. Where the petals fell, a coconut tree sprouted. This coconut tree was unlike any other, tall, radiant, and distinct. One day, a shepherd boy was grazing his cattle and noticed the tree. He plucked a coconut and brought it home to his mother. When the mother cracked it open, the same beautiful girl appeared from inside, shining with grace and purity. The shepherd boy's mother took the girl in like her own daughter. A few days later, the prince's horse wandered to the shepherd's fields. The shepherd's family tried to chase the horse away, but the coconut girl came out and gently stroked the horse. As she did so, a golden handprint appeared on the horse's forehead. When the horse returned to the palace, the prince saw the handprint and wondered. "What is this mark? It's unlike anything I've ever seen." He immediately set out in search of its origin, following the horse's path to the shepherd's house. When he arrived, the door opened, and there stood the same girl, radiant and beautiful. The girl revealed the truth. "I am the one who emerged from the coconut. The potter's wife deceived me and threw me into the well." The prince instantly recognized her and knew she was the one he had been searching for. He took her back to the palace and exposed the potter's wife's deception. The false bride was punished by being imprisoned in the palace. Prince Alok married the true coconut girl, and they lived happily ever after.